And I thank WEB2DAY for giving me this great opportunity to share my thoughts. My name is Hwang again, and I had been in the product planning team of LG Mobile past 7 years. And my most recent project was LG G5. So I'll talk a little bit about my most recent project. And before LG, I had a chance to experience various facets of mobile industry while at Nokia and at Intel, working with big Korean handset manufacturers. So today, I'm going to talk about the future of the mobile phone. What was the mobile phone of the future we had projected before in the past? This might be exactly what we dreamed of in the 1980s. By the way, are you all aware of him? Yes? No? Yeah. This is a good test to understand how old you are. If you're familiar with this scene, then you must be like your 40s or so, right? It's David Hasselhoff from Knight Rider. He's talking to his artificial intelligence car on his wristwatch. So when he says, "Come on, kid," then the car self-drives himself and stops before him just right moment. So when the mobile industry matured, with all the technical challenges, we built something like this, right? What challenges had we have to dealt with? We had to reduce the size of the mobile phone within the size of the wristwatch. And it was a huge challenge, as these were just phones. They needed as many components as just a phone did. Generally, the components are placed on the printed circuit board, but here, to implement this, we had to embed the ICs inside the printed circuit board. How crazy! And what had we learned from these kind of products? We just learned that these cannot replace the mobile phones completely. So, what kind of mobile phone of the future are we talking about these days? We are talking about rollable, foldable smartphones. Here, let me share a little bit about my own story. During my product planning career, my wife keeps urging me to build a smartphone of a specific form. She wants a smartphone that's rollable into the size of a pen so that she can carry easily without sacrificing the size of the screen. I wish I could build something like that. But as we cannot go against the law of conservation of matters, even if we had overcome all the technical challenges of rolling a phone, we would end up rolling a book instead of rolling a piece of paper. Then when we roll a book, when we hit somebody, so it's not going to be very attractive. In the same way, if we fold a phone, then it's going to be just twice as thick. If there are people who are working on these kind of projects, I'm sorry, this is my personal view. Just recently, a manufacturer had come out with a prototype smartphone that's rollable on the form of a bracelet. That sounds terrific, but I doubt that such a big heating from time to time and heavy bracelet will be widely adopted. Let's take a quick look at the future of the past. This cartoon has become very popular in Korea. And I believe you may have similar kind of things of your own country's version. This cartoon was published in a student-oriented magazine in Korea in 1965 and surprised a lot of people as most of the predictions now have come true. So, what we have in mind will come true someday. Let's believe that. So let me start from the story we all know. These are early smartphones. Even though they were of unbearable size, weight, and user interfaces, these were believed to be the best form factor to bring PC experience into the mobile. These were for those the compatibility with the PC was most important. So with all the challenges of fully utilizing this kind of smartphones, just a few business people were trying to use these. So smartphone was what only smart people dared to try. In the meantime, feature phones were evolving in a way to provide a special feature as a differentiator. So music phones, TV phones, camera phones, and the likes were in the market. But as feature phones were just phones, all the experiences were not perfectly integrated. So, even though the camera quality of a phone is not as good as we expected, it was just admitted okay because it's a phone. Even though screen is too small for a camera preview, it was deemed okay because anyhow, the main usage of the phone will be just call and text. Besides call and text, honestly, we didn't expect too much of a feature phone. By the way, what's special about that LP4100 on the right-hand side? Anybody knows the answer? No? It came with an alcohol sensor. Are you familiar with the scene like this? It's very common, testing the alcohol for the drivers. So let's not drunk drive. Then, the first iPhone came out. It provided with the perfect multimedia player and mobile browser, as well as all the benefits of well-established mobile app ecosystem. It was a quantum jump. Everything, games, music contents, video contents were just a finger touch away. So we were so fascinated with the fluid user experience of mobile browsing, gaming, and various apps. Back then, actually, prediction of the phones to come was not that difficult. To provide fluid user experience, manufacturers were competing to offer the world's first smartphone running on dual-core processor, running on quad-core processor, the world's first smartphone featuring HD display, Quad HD display, the world's first smartphone with the LTE connectivity. So it was just like this. As the smartphone, the mainstream smartphones of this year had 3.5-inch display, we could easily assume that 3.7-inch, 3.8-inch will come next year. Not only that, the manufacturers were competing with the numbers in camera as well, pixel counts, f numbers, and so on. We were doing all these while reducing the size of the device for people to carry them easily. So we could understand the future of the mobile phone by dotting all the current smartphones and extrapolating in light of the advancement of the technology. However, the evolution of the smartphone seems to come to a stall. A smartphone bought 2 years ago still works just fine in terms of processing power, camera quality, and network speed, display quality, and so on. The only problem is the battery that would last just half as much time as it did 2 years ago. 2 friends of mine have been using LG G2 for 3 years now. So to express my gratitude towards my loyal customers and to celebrate the launch of G5, I sent them the battery of a G2 for presents. And actually, I shouldn't have done that because they now say they will stay with G2 for another 2 years. Then, don't we need further advancement of the smartphone anymore? Another issue is that the mobile phones don't interest people anymore as it did before. 7, 8 years ago, we were so fascinated with the new app world, so we tried various apps and we downloaded a lot of apps. We were chatting over how fun they were. But how about now? It seems that we lost all our enthusiasm for the possibilities and fun of the apps. The tagline of Nokia, the invincible #1 of feature phone era, used to be connecting people. Connecting people. But how about now with all the advanced smartphones? Even though a group of people are sitting together on the same table, they seem to be very isolated. It seems like they are just sitting in their own virtual world. What went wrong? For many people, the advancement of the smartphone may not be needed anymore. But not every people are happy with what current smartphones can offer. Some people still expect better yet camera from their smartphone. They want to capture their precious moments just as they are, despite all the challenges of lighting conditions. On the other hand, some people are not satisfied with the audio quality of their smartphones, so they spend thousands of euros for portable hi-fi audio player. The problem is that a smartphone cannot satisfy all different criteria to satisfy all different groups of, I would say, picky people. Take camera, for example. There might be various opinions defining a good camera, but in general, we all agree that a good big camera sensor makes a good camera. Then to gather image on the big sensor, the distance between the sensor and the lens should be widened, resulting in making the camera thicker. And this is a huge challenge for the smartphone design, while the device itself is becoming slimmer and slimmer. Then, how should we handle this disparity? Anyhow, the camera lovers would love to have bigger sensors. Then how about other people? How about other customers? Whom should we embrace as a manufacturer? It's a very hard question to answer. This is why LG came up with this idea of modular design. LG G5 has a sophisticated style that can appeal to general audiences. But it was designed with practical innovations in mind. In addition to the all-new full metal frame, we were able to keep the removable battery, but with this slide-out feature. So here's a demo. With clicking the side eject button, you can easily replace the battery. And this is a sure cure for the low battery anxiety, with the option to slide out the battery and put in the fully charged one. Not only that, this modular design opens up G5 to be more than just a smartphone. By replacing the bottom modular part, you can transform G5 into a real digital camera or a hi-fi audio player. It's like this. Remove the basic module and detach the battery from the basic module and plug it into the module you want to have on G5. And then plug it back. Then this becomes a digital camera. The LG Cam Plus transforms G5 into a real digital camera. With a perfect grip and the physical controls for quick access to the camera, zoom control, shutter button, and recording button. So, this is perfect for one-hand snapshot. You can zoom in, shoot. You can zoom out, shoot, without having to change your grip. Moreover, it packs with additional battery inside, so you can enjoy your camera experience longer. LG Hi-Fi Plus with Piano Play is a high-end portable hi-fi DAC and amp that features Piano's stylish design and its perfect acoustic engineering capabilities. So, it lets users enjoy the superb sounds of a piano sound, so that they can enjoy it wherever they go with their smartphones. The LG Hi-Fi Plus with Piano Play was created through deep collaboration from engineering to design. And this is a good role model for third-party collaboration model. What possibilities has the smartphone brought? Let me give you an example. Let's say that I want to learn French. In the feature phone era, if the manufacturer had not pre-installed French dictionary inside the phone, then the possibility of my using the phone and learning French would be almost zero. How is it in smartphone era? I can find a bunch of French dictionaries, French learning apps in the market easily. The smartphone users can find what they want from the market, and the content providers can make profit out of it. So the ecosystem grows naturally, benefiting all the participants. We don't just sit and wait until the manufacturers deliver what we really want. We build what we want with the resources within the ecosystem. Why do I spend so much time on the story we all know already? Because this third-party collaboration model had not been seriously explored in the hardware perspective. Maybe Google's Aura project may be the exception, but it's not up and running. But now, along with LG G5 and friends, Lenovo just announced expandable modular design with its most recent product, Moto Z. So I believe it's the just beginning of the new era of whole new ecosystem. To successfully establish the hardware ecosystem, we opened the hardware, mechanical, and software interface to public. and we held developer conference in Seoul and in San Francisco. There, we shared our story of building the LG Chem Plus with the standardized hardware interface and mechanical interface. We call them hardware development kit, by the way. And the software interface. This way, third-party companies who want to build a module on their own can do so with the help of SDK and HDK. You can find further information from developer.lge.com/friends. One more thing. One of the biggest words these days is IoT. According to a report from Ericsson, the IoT devices will grow 7 to 9 times faster than mobile phones. So, mobile phone is not just functioning on its own. It should be interconnected with the surrounding IoT devices so that its functionality expands across various IoT devices. While it's true that the IoT devices, such as Bluetooth headset, fitness band, smartwatch, action cam, drones, and so on, will make our mobile life much more enjoyable and enrich our mobile experience, it's also true that it's very difficult for most of the people. A user has to know which connectivity to use, how to pair, download the necessary apps, and then sometimes has to look through the manuals, right? It's a huge barrier. So, we made the process easier with simple 3 steps. Turn on the IoT device and run the LG Friends Manager app, and that's it. All the pairing, downloading, and configuration will be done by itself. And we are opening the protocol of this to public as well, so that third-party IoT vendors can build very easy experience IoT device by themselves. So you can find further information from the, again, developer.lge.com/friends. So, summing up, as the ecosystem expands beyond the territory of the software, now the smartphone users will be able to have better customized devices in the hardware perspective as well. And as the usage of the IoT devices becomes easier and easier, a lot more IoT devices will come along to make our mobile experience much more enjoyable. So, let's play. Thank you for your time. And thank you for having me here for the WEB2DAY.